Good afternoon and welcome to the Lords Group Trading PLC Annual General Meeting. Throughout this recorded meeting, attendees will be in listen-only mode. Questions are encouraged and can be submitted at any time via the Q&A tab situated in the right-hand corner of your screen. Just simply type in your questions and press send. The company may not be in a position to answer every question submitted today. However, all questions will be reviewed with responses published on the Investor Meet Company platform where it is appropriate to do so. I'd now like to hand you over to Gary O'Brien, Non-Executive Chairman.
Okay, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the 2022 Annual General Meeting of the Lords Group Trading PLC. My name is Gary O'Brien. I'm the Chairman of the company and I'll also be chairing the Annual General Meeting today. Thank you for everybody who's joined us today at St. Cross's offices and also via the Investor Meet Company platform. We have at least 2 members present in person and I therefore declare that the quorum is present and the meeting will proceed. For this morning's AGM in the room, I have with me Shankar Patel, who's the Chief Executive Officer, Chris Day, who's the Chief Financial Officer, Dawn Moore, an Independent Non-Executive Director, and Andrew Harrison, last but not least, our Senior Independent Non-Executive Director. Now, before going into the formal aspects of the business, the company did release an RNS this morning in respect of the AGM, but within that RNS, we also did a trading update. So I thought, I will read that out before we actually get into the process of the meeting. So excuse me while I actually read it from the RNS myself. Since we issued our full year results on the 24th of May 2022, demand for the group's repairs, maintenance and improvement sector-focused product offering has remained resilient. And notwithstanding inflationary pressures and the current macro outlook, the group continues to trade in line with market expectations for the full year ending 31st of December 2022. The group has further evidenced its 3 Ps strategy, which is people, plant and premises, via the complete redevelopment and transformation of the Lords Builders Merchant branch in Beaconsfield, gaining additional scale, increasing our reach and broadening the product range. This branch was acquired in 2017 with revenues of £2.5 million, and these have since grown organically to £8 million under our strategic management. The refurbishment of the Beaconsfield branch provides additional organic group opportunities via product range extensions such as First Advanced Roofing Supplies and plant following the group's acquisition of the business in January 2022. Boiler supply constraints persist within AP&P, however, underlying customer demand remains strong and indications support that the boiler supply issues will ease later in fiscal year 22. Management actions continue to ensure plumbing and heating profitability remains in line with management expectations. Current fiscal year 22 revenues and profitability expectations remain unchanged from the April trading update, with revenues of approximately £438 million and adjusted profit before tax of £16 million. That ends the reading of the RNS statement. So what I'd like to do is go into the formal aspects of the business of the AGM. We will be, during this process, going into a Q&A session because we've got members who have attended the meeting and have voted accordingly. Before we actually say what the results of the poll is, we'll be going into a Q&A session. So please bear with us while we do that. So shareholders were given the opportunity to submit questions in advance of the AGM, and questions can also be submitted to our team at any time during the meeting using the Q&A function on the Investor Meet Company platform as it's just been described. For this meeting, in line with good governance practice, all resolutions will be voted on by poll. And that's basically to ensure that the proxy votes of all of our members not in attendance today are counted on the resolutions. The results of the poll for each resolution will be announced following the meeting and published on the company's website as soon as reasonably practicable. And now, unless there are any comments or questions to the board concerning the matters referred to in the notice, including any of the proposed resolutions, then I propose that we proceed to the business of the meeting. I will put the resolutions to the meeting one after another, The actual terms of the resolutions are actually set out in full in the notice. So unless any member has any objections, I propose to take the notice as read.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, turning to the resolutions, I propose the following 10 ordinary resolutions, the first two of which are to receive the company's audited accounts for the financial period ended 31st of December 21, together with the directors and the auditors' report thereon. To approve the report on directors' remuneration for the year ended 31st of December 21. And then resolutions 3 to 7, as you'll see, are all to re-elect, actually it's a re-election of the full board, which includes Shankar Patel, Christopher Day, Don Moore, Andrew Harrison, and myself, Gary O'Brien. Resolution 8 seeks to reappoint RSM UK Audit, LLP, as the company's auditor. And Resolution 9 seeks to authorise the directors to fix said auditor's remuneration for the ensuing year. Resolution 10 is the final ordinary resolution, which seeks to authorise the directors to allot shares up to the limits set out in the notice of the meeting. Resolution 11 is proposed as a special resolution, which seeks to authorise the directors to allot equity securities for cash other than on a preemption basis. So, and with that, I will now declare the poll open. And if I can pass back to Investor Meet, Mark, if you could please assist us with the Q&A session. And for this process, I'll be asking Chris to basically manage the questions, and between Chris and Shankar, I'm sure we'll be able to answer anything that's come forward. Chris.
Okay. So just one question at the moment online, which is why did Shankar Patel, the company CEO, forgo his £200,000 annual bonus, and what will the company use the funds for?
Don?
So just by way of introduction as REM Chair, that was a decision taken on an individual basis by Shankar and was in line with some of the objectives that the company has, specifically around ESG and supporting those. Shankar, can I invite you to talk about a couple of those from your perspective?
So in general, the bonus is used to fund and support our ESG initiatives. Specifics are where we have branches that we call local leaders, and we firmly believe that those branches should have the ability to support local communities. Some of the funds that have been given up can be used to support local communities, especially in the current environment where many of the communities where we trade from see differing levels of hardship or requirement for funding and support. We're also using these funds to support our ESG strategy creation. ESG is a rapidly advancing new area that companies such as ours really have to focus on. And in order to do that, we require the business to reach out to external experts. One such expert is Mazars, who are supporting us with how we should be developing this strategy. And we're also using funds to support activities that assist our colleagues during these challenging times. A few that we can call out to our family fun days, where every employee in the business is invited to attend 2 events, one in the Midlands, one in London, to bring their family members and have a day out on us. So in general, the bonus has been waived to really indicate our support and my support to this business.
If I can just say, I think it's highly appreciated. I'm sure that you've sacrificed £200,000 of your bonus for the benefit of the group and the world at large, hopefully. Thank you, Shankar. Any other questions?
That's the only question online, so it's whether there's any questions in the room.
Any member care to ask anything?
James Williams, shareholder. ESG is your environmental side, is it?
No, ESG is a combination of environmental, social, and governance. So it covers a variety of areas, and it's something that is developing rapidly as a requirement from many stakeholders, not least our shareholder fraternity, but there's also governmental pressure for companies to effectively look outside of just commercial benefit and look at the wider impact businesses have to environment, to their social, to the social environment, and how you're governed and the decision making. So all of this, and especially for a business that's newly listed, we want to be at the forefront of these sort of changes that are heading our way, rather than being followers.
How do you see the products you're selling then developing with the environmental situation changing as it is now?
In the same way as a business, we're required to take the environmental impact of what we do into consideration. Most of our suppliers will be doing the same, and there are many avenues by which they have no choice but to move along those.
No, I mean,
those
taking
lines.
on things like heat pumps.
Yes, correct, and that is part of our.
Specialising, your heating side, specialising in ground heat pumps, or
Not in ground heat pumps, but in air source heat pumps, we're starting to have a look at how we can position our business to be able to serve that growing market. Absolutely. And there are other products in plumbing and heating in addition to heat pumps that are also a big focus of our product strategy moving forward. So controls in particular, they help to reduce the amount of energy consumed by homes and buildings.
and you tie that up with individual customers, or
In the plumbing and heating side, we are a general distributor.
the specialised subject, obviously you need specialised.
Correct. So we have specialised specialist capability in each of our businesses as these product areas grow and become greater in demand. And then we work with chosen suppliers. So as our supply chain has many suppliers, as they start to build up their product portfolio, which are more environmentally friendly, we then have those relationships to be able to select those products just on the sale.
So
that about annual reports, but your annual report is when you obviously sell timber, so something so good about timber and paper, and which you have the least environmental paper being used for your annual report. You seem to pretty low levels to set yourself. You're going to set yourself up at all in having something to look at environmentally.
Mm-hmm.
You could actually start with your annual report, which is, as I said, the least environmentally friendly annual report there is.
Well, actually, we have limited our annual report to only 50 copies.
20.
Sorry?
Even I was talking about what you do print, not what I know you look for online. I'm talking about what you do print. You print some annual reports because I have one.
Yeah. It's the annual reports is on request basically because we do it online.
Yeah.
So we try to do it electronically, but I hate to say it. The world at large, not everybody likes electronic. So yeah, but we don't issue that to all shareholders. So it has to be based basically on your particular desires.
Putting it on environmentally friendly paper.
Oh,
yeah,
see.
I think we can, sorry,
was that
on paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Question mark is it might be. I don't know. I can't answer that. Do you know?
I'll have to follow up, but if it isn't, then we'll address that for next year.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on the FSC mix, which is the lowest one you can get.
Oh, is
It
it?
would actually be supporting Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Mixed paper comes from us.
Right. Okay.
With the Forest Jurisdiction Council, you can print it on approved paper.
Sure.
Mixed means you can bring in whatever you like
Well, yeah.
into it.
Okay. Well, as Chris says, we'll certainly take that into account.
Commercial vehicles and that sort of stuff. Electric ones or not.
Yes, we do. I mean, we can't get electric trucks at the moment that are commercially viable enough, but not HEVs.
All right. Maybe we'll maybe look at that and correct it, because I think you can. We look at companies who are abroad with using some HGVs.
Mm-hmm.
If the Tesco's have got ones under, they are using larger trucks, not quite far as 28 or 30 some trucks. We rent to there. They experiment in Poland. The three letters of something that with heating and sanitary, but smaller vehicles.
Right. Yeah, I've got to say, it's something the company is continually looking at. Shankar particularly is involved in vehicles because he's always enjoyed that aspect of the business. So he has been very close at looking at it.
Yeah.
But we will have another look and just see, using the examples you've just given us.
I think there's a metric in the annual report on the CO2 per £1 million of revenue as well. And you can see that there is actually quite a step forward year on year. So we have managed to reduce that by about 10%.
You're going to, do you grow the market by incentives to your customers or not? Special offers, incentives,
Yes,
giving away free goods.
specifically around carbon
Free
emissions
goods,
or
Oh no,
generally?
actually
Generally.
encouraging sales, heating and sanitary areas.
Yeah, by giving away
Household
free
industry is
free goods. Sorry, did you say we give away free goods?
Some organisations have run promotions in which you get a free bike or free this or free that.
The company does various incentives, such as in the plumbing and heating side, the thing Shankar was just mentioning ago. They've been incentivising the control systems quite dramatically. So people who are buying heating systems, they've been promoting at a very significant discount. That type.
Added on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an add-on sale. Yeah, absolutely.
To their installers who've got 7-year guarantee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we also have a leading brand in Google Nest, who have a fully connected home offering on automated products, and we bundle those as an offer.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you for those questions. Any more questions have come across from
No, nothing else online.
platform?
So I think that-
In which case, excuse me, I'm a bit behind the times here. I'll get back into my script. I think, sorry, bear with me. Mark, it's okay if you hand back to us as a meeting. We've collated the results of the poll, and can you confirm? Yep. Pleased to confirm that all the resolutions have passed. You'll see the detail of each resolution and the voting percentages. As I say, we'll put that out via an RNS, and we'll also put it on our website so everybody can see that. And basically, that concludes the business of the annual general meeting for today, and I therefore declare the meeting closed. And thank you all for your attendance, whether it be personally or whether it be through Investor Meet. Thank you.
Thank you very much for updating
Meeting adjourned.
attendees today. Could I please ask attendees not to close the session, as you'll now be automatically redirected to provide your feedback in order that the board can better understand your views and expectations. This will only take a few minutes to complete, and I'm sure will be greatly valued by the company. On behalf of the board of Laws Group Trading PLC, we'd like to thank you for attending today's annual general meeting, and good afternoon to you all.
Thank you.